The journey of making cider really begins in the orchard. It's celebrating those apples and pears and things that are brought to us by nature. It's taking that and transforming it into something really beautiful. The things that define the ciders we make at Crispin and Fox Barrel really have to do with fresh pressed juice. In every gallon of cider that we produce, there's over 10 pounds of apples or pears. There's a complexity in the natural juice, and that depth is what really shines through it. By finding a good pressing house that's willing to go to the effort of pressing 5 or 7 varieties of apples, so you get these really dynamic flavors. It's like a meritage with wine. Once the juice is pressed, we actually load it directly into a tanker and bring it here to Colfax to the cider works. And within 36 to 48 hours, we're actually beginning the process of fermentation. You know, one of the things that people don't really realize is that we're actually a bonded winery. So we take our product and we process it just like wine. It's fermented in the same way. We have a wonderful yeast that we use for our base products. That's a white wine champagne yeast that really brings out the floral and the citrusy character. But in some cases, we'll want to spice it up a little bit. And in those cases, we have many options. From sake yeast to Belgian Trappist yeast, all the way over to Irish ale yeast. Part of the fun of Crispin is that we get to play, we get to explore. So now you've got this fermented base wine, and then we get to the blending process. The other thing that we can do as a way to differentiate some of our artisanal ciders is we can play with those things that we add to it to get a good balance. We found that rice syrup in Chotokyo, or the organic honey that we use in Honeycrisp, or the organic maple syrup in the Saint. I mean, those things really add complexity and character to the final products. And finally, for those people that really want to be innovative, we have our barrel age program. We have access to all kinds of wine barrels. We have bourbon barrels, we have rye barrels. We really try to play with a used barrel and our ciders just to see what we can get out of it. So the question is, when we get done blending, is it right? So as a craft cidery, with each batch, we have this horrible task of having to taste it and to make sure it fits the profile of that product. So once we've got the fluid right, those products that need to be filtered to get that brilliance go through a filtration process, and the others are ready to be carbonated. We put a nice light carbonation on our products, mainly because it helps the nose and the aroma of the product. Once it's done being carbonated, we're ready for packaging. There's so many ways that the cider has to be right. It has to have the right color and the right clarity. The thing we remain the most protective of is the quality of the process and the fluid in the bottle. With that, everybody here at Crispin takes a great responsibility. Each one's going to be made with the same care. So as you really think about the soul of Crispin and Fox Barrel, it's fresh pressed juice, it's attention to detail, and it's a playful attitude to bring new products forward for your enjoyment. And that's what we're committed to.